Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allah's name I begin with the most compassionate and merciful. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa barik wa sallam. Viewers, in today's lecture or in today's discussion, I will discuss with you people the origin of English language. Obviously, the language is very important to be discussed while we are going to discuss the literature of any language. So, as I am going to discuss with you people all the ages of English literature and the whole of English literature, I want to discuss with you guys. So, it's very, very important for the English to be discussed first, and the history of English or origin of the English must be discussed. And I will start my discussion from the very beginning. That is, before the period before Christ. Before the Christ going away, I am going to discuss. I will start my discussion from there. Before Christ, there were two tribes who were ruling over England. At that time, there were no boundaries over the country or abroad the country. There was not fixed location for the specific areas. And the wars were there, warriors were there during that time. And the powerful people at that time attack over the weak areas, and they capture whole of the area. The slave keeping were there, the wars were there, the fights were there, and the rule of might is right was going over there, was going on. Whoever attacks and wins, go by the area. And even the stay was not permanent. The warriors come and go. When new or fresh warriors come and they win from the older ones, and the older ones have to go to the other areas, or previously from where they have come, they have to go to that area. So, might is right was the rule. So, I'm going to discuss with you people the language. The relationship of the language and power is very close, is very intimate. You cannot deny the importance of power and language, or importance of the authority or government over the language. It is the power or authority which defines the parameters of knowledge, which defines the language of the area. And I will start my discussion from India, and it will be very easy for you people to understand what I am going to say. In India, before the coming of the Muslims, the Sanskrit people were in power, and the language of the people, the language of the Sanskrit people and language of the whole of India was Sanskrit, because they were in power. And And after that, Muslims came into India. They were speaking Persian language, and they abolished the officiality of Sanskrit, and they made the Persian language as official language of whole of India. So it is power, or it is government, it is authority which defines the parameters of knowledge and especially of language. And when you see the long period of Muslims rules ended, the Britishers came over here in India for the sake of trade, you know very well, and they started East India Company over here in India. But gradually, with the passage of time, they saw the weaknesses of these people, and they started ruling. And whenever they were ruling, they were in power, they were in government, they were ruling the whole of India. They imposed their language, English. And as I have already told people, that who is in power imposes his language, uses his language, and gives the status of official language for the people who are residing over there. So, wherever in 1947 English left India and Pakistan, and India, Pakistan and Bharat, two states came into being. And in India, Hindus adopted Hindi as their official language, and in Pakistan, Pakistanis have adopted Urdu as an official language. So power decides what the language the people have to speak, or what the language the people are going to have. So it's power. The relationship of power cannot be ignored, cannot be denied. Same is the case with England, or with English. Not Indian, sorry. With English. Before Christ, there were two tribes, Celtic, and the second one is Gaelic. These were the invaders before Christ. These were the invaders. They invaded England and occupied England. And as you know, Celts were speaking Celtic dialect, and Gaels, Gaels, Gaels were speaking Gaelic dialect. So when they occupied the England, they used their languages or their dialects. So before Christ, there were two dialects were being spoken in England. And I've already told you people, whoever wins, he tries to change the culture of the people. Whoever wins, whoever is in power, tries to change the culture of the people according to its own. Tries to change the language of the people according to its own. And whenever, new attacker comes, in the previous have to go back, and the newcomer applies the same rule. He tries to change the culture of the people. He tries to change the language of the people. So both things, that is culture and the language, were directly affected by the newcomer or the new invader. And when we talk about the close of the end of ancient period, means first century BC, before Christ, Roman attacked England, and during that period, Julius Caesar is very important name. It's very famous name. He attacked England 2 times. First time, 54 BC, and after that, 2 years after, that is first 54 BC and second 52 BC. He attacked. And for a long period of 400 years, Roman ruled over here in England. And at that time, because the Romans were speaking Latin language, so they imposed their own language in England, that is Latin. And the first languages were, dialects were Gallic and Celtic. Then the third language, and which was having great influence, the third language was Latin. And Christianity was born in Rome, in Italy, and the Bible was written in Latin. And when Christianity was spreading, and the whole of Europe was rapidly converting, converting towards Christianity. The people were accepting Christianity, and the basic language of the Bible was Latin. So it got a chance to spread more rapidly than Celtic and Gallic. So the major influence of the major importance have got the Latin language, and Latin was the official language, and the people were accepting it very rapidly because it was the language of their religion as well. And the whole of Europe turned to Christianity, so the whole of the Europe inclined towards Latin. So Latin got the major importance. So it was continued for a period of 400 years. And one thing more I want to tell you people, that is these letter of alphabets of English language, that is A, B, C, D up till Z. These are derived from, or these are taken from the Romans. English did not have any alphabet, and these are taken from Latin language, from the Roman. These are Roman alphabets. As you know, when we people in Pakistan renew a text, so we say Roman, in Roman Urdu, Roman Hindi. And when in 450